Today we are going to piece together the incredible story of a mysterious human species. Seriously, this is a lost branch of our family tree that pretty much challenges everything we thought we knew about our own history. And you won't believe it, it all starts with one single, tiny discovery.
Just think about that for a second. What if, tens of thousands of years ago, we shared this planet with another kind of human, one that was in some ways maybe even more advanced than our own ancestors, a whole group that has been almost completely lost to time?
So our story kicks off in 2008. Picture this, a remote cave deep in Siberia. Archaeologists are digging around and they find something that seems totally insignificant. Just a tiny piece of the smallest finger bone from a little girl's hand. At first, they figured it probably belonged to a Neanderthal. Seemed logical.
But then came the first big surprise. Carbon dating showed the bone was an incredible 50,000 years old. So yeah, it was an ancient clue, for sure. But the real bombshell was still locked away inside its DNA. When scientists finally sequenced that DNA, the results sent a massive shockwave through the entire community. The test came back, no match for Neanderthal, and nope, no match for Homo sapiens, our own species. It was a complete unknown. A genetic sequence the world had never ever seen before. They had just stumbled upon an entirely new kind of human.
So they needed a name, right? They were called the Denisovans, named after the very cave that kept their secret safe for 50,000 years. I mean, this discovery completely redrew our human family tree. It proved a third major human species was walking the earth at the same time as our ancestors.
But here's the kicker. The Denisovans weren't just some other primitive relative. Their DNA reveals a blueprint that is just fascinating. It had a special gene, EPAS1, which is the same gene that allows modern Tibetans to thrive in high-altitude, low-oxygen environments. Their genetics also point to an unbelievably strong immune system, and some researchers even think they might have aged slower than we do. But maybe the most staggering part of all, the few skull fragments they've found suggest a brain capacity that could have been 20% larger than ours. Think about that. It could have meant superior memory, better pattern recognition, just incredible.
And all this evidence has led some researchers to a really mind-blowing conclusion. They're starting to think this wasn't just another kind of human. This was potentially an upgraded one, the beginnings of what could have been a lost super civilization.
And the proof of their sophistication, well, it isn't just a theory hidden away in their genes. It's physical. It's in the stunningly advanced artifacts they actually created. Objects so far ahead of their time, they almost don't seem real.
Okay, check this out. In that same cave, archaeologists found this beautiful green bracelet made from a stone called chloratillolite. It's about 70,000 years old. But the truly amazing part is a tiny, perfectly drilled hole in it. Experts say that level of precision would require something like a high-speed rotary drill. A piece of tech our own ancestors wouldn't develop for another 60,000 years.
The technological jump is so huge that one expert described it just like this. This one single artifact proves that Denisovans weren't just biologically advanced. Their minds, their technical skills, they were on a completely different level than anyone else on the planet at the time.
And it wasn't just a one-off thing either. They also made the world's oldest known sewing needle, complete with a little eye for the thread. That means they were tailoring fitted clothing, while our ancestors were still just draping themselves in animal skins. They made beautiful beads from ostrich eggs and even created symbolic art. Now that use of symbols is a huge deal. It strongly suggests they had a complex language and the ability for abstract, higher-order thinking.
So their precision with small objects is absolutely astounding. But what if they took that same intelligence, that same skill, and applied it to something much, much bigger? This is where the story takes a turn into the truly epic and the truly mysterious.
All right, now this is where the story gets a bit more speculative, but it's too fascinating to ignore. Deep in the Siberian forests of Mount Shoria, right in the middle of what was once Denisovan territory, there are these unbelievable megalithic structures. Now, their origin is still debated, but some researchers point to these granite blocks, weighing up to 3,000 tons, cut with impossibly straight edges. Just for context, our most advanced modern cranes would literally buckle under that kind of weight. I mean, the scale is just staggering. The biggest blocks in the Great Pyramid of Giza are about 80 tons. These are estimated at over 3,000. And just like Stonehenge and the pyramids, the site seems to be aligned with celestial events. It really makes some people ask, did later civilizations invent megalithic building all on their own? Or could they have been following a blueprint left by a much, much older predecessor?
Which of course brings us to the biggest question of all. An entire species with a superior genome, technology that was thousands of years ahead of its time, and maybe even the ability to move mountains. How could they just vanish?
Well, there are two main theories. The first one is pretty tragic: prehistoric genocide. Around 40,000 years ago, Homo sapiens arrived in their territory. We were more numerous, probably more aggressive. And history tells us that when two human species compete for the same land, usually only one survives. The second theory is that the Denisovans, maybe being a more peaceful people, just retreated into isolation in their mountain homes, and there they were hit by a massive global cataclysm about 12,800 years ago, an event known as the Younger Dryas, a period of catastrophic climate change and flooding that simply wiped them from the face of the earth.
And so we come full circle. Their entire legacy, their technology, their vast knowledge, their unique place in the human story, it was all buried and forgotten. All of it just waiting to be rediscovered from a single tiny piece of bone found in a dusty Siberian cave.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a whole branch of the human family could be completely lost to time, only found by total accident, what else have we forgotten? What other chapters of our own story are still buried out there, just waiting to be discovered?